Conservatives. Transgenders are evil. Basically, the entirety of the transgender community. I'm a cute person. I'm just cute and fluffy. Honestly, yes. Honestly, just yes. Like, listen, most trans people I've met are usually like super chill people, or just like gamers who are more interested in like gaming or cosplay, or just like nerds, or just like generally just kind of chill people. So yeah, no, we're very evil. Being out here and trying to live our best life and trying to be comfortable, like, that's very evil. Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. I was gonna do wholesome memes, but I decided that after doing Are the Cis Okay, we needed wholesome trans memes. So I'm gonna do wholesome memes at some other point, but for today we definitely need some like wholesome transness. So that's what we're doing today, but you know the deal. Before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water or some tea or whatever else you like to drink. And then we'll check out some wholesome trans memes and feel better again after the last video, I guess. Are you hydrated? Good, let's go. Oh, fuck, I'm so nervous. He's gonna laugh at my squeaky high voice. Bro, it's time we stop texting and do a phone call, bro. No way, I'm way too nervous. You're both trans dudes and you're both too nervous to do a phone call because people make fun of your voice, or chances are no one's like ever actually made fun of your voice. You just get misgendered by strangers a lot, so you're like worried. Listen, I do think it's hilarious if you have this grown-ass man in front of you and his voice starts breaking because he's just currently going through second puberty. It's kind of funny, but also I've been there, I know it sucks. But luckily my voice didn't even break that much while talking. It just dropped. And it just kept dropping. And then after top surgery, because I also got like my uterus and stuff removed, it dropped again. Like in hospital, it was like super hoarse. And I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, why is my voice so weird? Like, I just thought I wasn't drinking enough, but then it just dropped again. I was like, oh, all right. So maybe tea will fix it. You never know. Hey guys, I think I might be a trans girl. Yes, queen. Congratulations on taking this first step into accepting yourself. What he said. If you're a girl, you know me and the boys support you 100%. Absolutely right. But also know that even if you decide that you aren't trans, if you're non-binary or agender, or even decide to retain your cis identity, we'll still love you and support you no matter what. Like, that's how friendship is literally supposed to be. Like, if your friends are like, hey, I might be, you don't go, okay, no, that's weird, that's disgusting. You go, okay, cool. You know, like, let me know if I can like help you explore it. Like, maybe you want to be called a different name or pronouns for a while to actually see how it feels. Or if you're sure and you want to go shopping, or you're trying to find a cool name, you know, I'm your friend. I know what you're into. Like, maybe that might help pick out a name for you. This is literally how friends are supposed to be. I know a lot of people aren't this lucky, but generally, this is what it should be. You know? Okay, I invited my trans femme friend to a majority trans mass party, and she literally just called it a vegan sausage fest. I mean, is she wrong though? She's not wrong. You might feel a little called out and not think it's particularly funny, but she's still right. But honestly, like, if a trans person makes this joke, it's literally funny. If a cis person would come up, if like a cis dude would roll up to this party of like majority trans masks and would say vegan sausage fest, it would be so condescending and rude. But she's trans, so it's okay. Okay, gender assigned at birth, but I did not understand the assignment. I mean, trans people in general didn't understand the assignment, but I feel like non-binary people in general understood the assignment even less. Because a lot of people are kind of okay with being like, okay, It's okay. You got the wrong one of 2 assignments. It's okay. You can switch. You can get the new assignment. You know, you can do that. But if you go off and like do your own assignment, then everyone wants to lose their shit over it. So I feel like just like stealing someone else's assignment or like just being handed out the wrong assignment out of 2 options is okay with people, but I honestly, none of us understood the assignment, or we just didn't care about the assignment, you know? It's okay. It's okay. Okay, except after years of trying to be attracted to women that I'm a gay man. Later, realize I'm a straight trans woman and start taking HRT. HRT makes me attracted to women. HRT makes me attracted to women? I've heard this from a lot of people actually, that somehow HRT actually made them realize their sexuality again, or like made them gay in a way. Why do I don't know if it actually works that way, that HRT actually makes them gay, or if it's just because then they feel comfortable. Because if you're, I mean, technically, shouldn't compat kind of kick and you should like be attracted, like in this case, to women? I don't know. Apparently though, it messes with a lot of us. I know a lot of trans guys who started out as lesbians though, and are still attracted to women after that transition. That also seems to be kind of common. But I've also had a lot of trans guys be like, well, I was never attracted to men before, or I was like at least never comfortable with men before, but now I'm suddenly attracted to them? Why is that? I don't know how it works, but apparently it kind of does. Waiting for your blaha to be delivered, be like, doesn't it have like a delivery time of like 6 weeks if you get it online? But listen, it seems like a scam. I don't actually have a blaha, but my girlfriend does, and I live with her, so I basically have a blaha, actually. I never bought one, but I kind of have one. So I win because I didn't have to wait 6 weeks, I guess. But anyways, since this is supposed to be wholesome, I guess at least as long as you can order one and get one eventually, or you have one, then that's cool. Me, chilling in my room when my dad shouts, "Girls, I'm busy cooking. Can you come help me set the table, please?" Me, okay, I guess he's talking to my mom and says, since they're the only girls in this house. Wait, mom's not home. Did he just call me his daughter? Okay, but that's literally so sweet. Well, okay, considering that he struggled quite well with it before, apparently, because like this is like the first time you're hearing him acknowledge you as his daughter, I guess, but it's still kind of sweet. And some people really literally just need time. It kind of sucks, but some people really just need times, and it's so cute that he just like randomly, just casually saying stuff like this, which doesn't matter at all to cis people. Like, cis people just don't care, because it was never like that important to them, because they don't constantly have people get it wrong. So for trans people, just like suddenly hearing it so casually of just like everyday stuff, just like, hey girls, come help me set the table please, is so cute. I love it. I hope he does this more often. Okay, everything you do is girly if you're a girl. Everything you do is boy if you're a boy. Fuck gender norms, you are you and you are valid. I should have this as a new profile picture on this channel, because that I feel like that's all I say on this channel is fuck gender norms. Because listen, do what you're comfortable with, do what you enjoy doing, and fuck if it's labeled as masculine or feminine, because at the end of the day, if you enjoy doing it, it really doesn't freaking matter. It really doesn't. That's this channel in a nutshell. I feel like we can all go home now. I'm not going, well, I am at home, but still, you know, that's this channel in a nutshell if you're new here. What if we kissed on the IKEA trans couch? Honestly though, the IKEA pride couches, Okay, the trans color one, actually this isn't bad. This one isn't bad. All the other ones I saw were literally just so loud, and I really did not enjoy them. I'm sorry, IKEA, but really I don't know what happened. But I'm kind of minimalistic with my style anyways, so that's probably why. But this is like kind of understated still in a way, so it's still actually pretty cute. I would not want this couch, but it's pretty cute. And remember guys, if you just can't get a girlfriend, then just become the girlfriend. And then suddenly realize you find women incredibly attractive and finally get a girlfriend. Because twice the amount of girlfriend is better than just one time the amount of girlfriend, right? That's how this works? Is that how it works? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Extreme dysphoria keeping me up all night. Decides to contact the Trevor Project, insanely nervous at first. I talk to the counselor and they're understanding and nice. My dysphoria goes away and I feel valid and beautiful and I can go to sleep now. This is why we love the Trevor Project. Also, they like donate binders and stuff to people who can't afford them. And I honestly wasn't even aware they offer counseling. But that's honestly just cool, because a lot of people, especially if you have like a lot of people in your surroundings that don't necessarily support you, you don't necessarily have someone you can go to with these kind of things when you're feeling like super dysphoric and you don't know who to talk to. Honestly, apparently the Trevor Project is the way to go. Yeah, I mean, if you have like friends who are like really supportive, you can like contact them to help cheer you up, or if you have like supportive family. But honestly, if all else fails, Trevor Project. Gender, no. Sex, no. Romance, also no. AAA just missed me with all of that shit. Honestly, you gotta respect it. These people just like grew up in the world and just look at him like, you know what? No, I'm not vibing with this shit humanity comes with. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna pick a gender. Like, who does that? Gender's weird. I don't want any part of that. Romance, no, thank you. And sex, like, no, I can't be bothered with people or their expectations about my gender. I'm just not going to. And also, you just gotta respect it. One day HRT versus 3 years HRT, as presented as cute little cat figures or something, I guess. Guess that's kind of how it works. To be fair, both are cute, and that's the funny thing about transphobes, is they always seem to think we're doing it to either be more attractive, or they think we're gonna ruin our body because we're so pretty or so handsome before. But honestly, most people look way better after transition because you can just like see them be way more comfortable. But honestly, a lot of trans people also look really good before they transition, so transphobes can get wrecked. Trans people are just cute. Just look at this chart, that proves it, right? Trans girls be like, it's already been 6 months and look, I don't look any different, and then they show you this. Okay, listen, that's why taking progress pictures or videos is so insanely important, because you see yourself every day, you hear yourself every day, you're not going to notice changes. I mean, like, honestly, estrogen, I'm sorry, but it's not going to change your voice back. It'd be really cool if it did, but you're going to need voice training if you want to change it. Sorry about that. But if you take testosterone, you're going to hear your voice every day, and unless it like drops super fast like it did with mine, you're probably not going to notice that much. But listen, then you take pictures and you look back 6 months or like a year and you're just like, oh, wait a second. So take pictures. And if it's not obvious to you, show them to someone else and they'll point out how incredibly obvious it is and tell you about it. Okay, just because I'm a trans guy doesn't mean I wear circular glasses. I mean, I wear circular glasses, but not because I'm a trans guy. honestly, I think we can say that's just coincidence, right? Like, that's just coincidence. Okay. Who says, did you just assume my gender? Small percentage are actual trans people. The yellow, cis people making fun of trans people, which is kind of a lot. But what's even more is trans people making fun of cis people making fun of trans people. Because it's way funnier if we do it. Because they're not funny. They're just gonna pull the, did you just assume a gender? But I'm gonna attack helicopter. And it's just so old and not boring. But trans people making fun of cis people, trying to make fun of trans people, that's where it's at. Bro, why do you always play as a woman? No real reason. No, it's I don't know, it's just a coincidence. I don't know. People have used the, oh, I don't want to stare at a guy's butt all day while gaming, if it's like a game where you like walk behind your character basically, or like you constantly see a character from behind. Might work. Personally, I would never buy it if someone says something like this, but that's because I'm trans and I know how many people kind of use excuses for things like that. Like, if you just sometimes play as a girl, I might let you get away with the whole, oh yeah, no, just I was getting bored with my other character, you know? But no real reason seems obvious. My dad, comparing his MB child to Mafalda because they were born a girl. This is Mafalda, by the way. But no, we don't do this around here. What we do is comparing his MB child to Mafalda because of the fluffy hair and critical anti-war worldview. That seems fair. Like, honestly, judging non-binary people based on the gender they were assigned at birth is literally kind of not the point. That's literally not the point of being non-binary. You know? Like, if you're binary trans, it kind of is the entire point that you were born as a boy, but you don't identify as one. Or the other way around. Like, if you're like binary trans, that's kind of the point. But if you're not binary, that's literally not the point. The point is you looked at gender, you were like, no. No, not like that. So, judging it based on like hair or like a worldview you hold seems entirely fair. What do you call it when transition helps you realize attraction to more genders? A byproduct. Not the worst pun, so this one didn't hurt as bad. But honestly, this is what I mean. I don't know, maybe you really just didn't notice before your transition. Because you were like so dysphoric without even knowing it's dysphoria. You probably just thought you were like really insecure or something. You were just like so focused on everything else that you didn't have time to figure out your sexuality. Or you weren't really comfortable admitting to a certain sexuality. So yeah, it might come as a byproduct that you realize your sexuality is different. Cis friend, imagine if you were born as a girl, as a wish that a genie gave. Would you have been happy? No. Why? Well, if I was born female, I would have never met my non-cis friends I have met now, nor met the beautiful trans girlfriend I have, and would have never been on this amazing journey. Everyone, thank you so much for helping me out, even though I'm acting so selfish. That's kind of the thing. Like, I know trans people are facing a lot right now, but most people, if they wish they were born cis, is not because of the actual transition, it's because of the shit they have to deal with from transphobic people, really. Like, dysphoria sucks and all that, sure, but it is still kind of a great way to bond with other trans people in a way that you would not otherwise, right? Because it's just something so personal that it kind of allows for that opportunity. And a lot of us do meet like really cool people this way that we probably would have never met otherwise. So I guess the message is just don't be transphobic and then trans people won't suffer. Okay, I am fucking shrieking. This is so funny. Okay, one item added to Leah's shopping list. An IKEA blaha. Customers who bought this also bought a trans flag, a stretchy flared casual skirt, another trans flag, and cat paw pad socks. Thigh high socks are ready. So well, actually femboy and trans girl coded, but especially with the pause. With the pause and the skirt and obviously the trans flag. This seems very on brand, like the algorithm knows what it's doing. I have a question. Yes? So does it count as love at first sight if it's not actually the first time seeing them, just the first time seeing them after they started transitioning? I think so, because then it's the first time you're seeing them for who they truly are. I would let you count it as well. Yeah. Because, yeah, technically, you never saw them before. But, like, especially if you're a lesbian and you have a guy friend. Or guy friend. And then this person realizes they're a trans woman. And then you're suddenly attracted to her because they're like, oh, wait. Then honestly, definitely. But even, like, if you're, like, bi or something, I guess it counts because a lot of trans people are just like super uncomfortable before, so I can kind of understand just really falling for them because they're like suddenly feeling so much more confident. And honestly, like, confidence is very attractive to people, so I can see why this happens, and I would definitely let you count it. Reblog to give a trans woman a warm cup of soup. I don't know, I was making soup while collecting memes and I came across a soup meme, so I literally just had to include it. But yeah, if you want warm soup, I wish you all a very good cup of soup. Elementary school, just two kids playing together. Middle school, kind of awkward around each other. I guess you're kind of awkward. College, meeting each other again, and oh wait, something is different. And then they become a family. I mean, listen, I would kind of think it's cute anyways, if you're like friends since you're like literal toddlers. And then even if you kind of lose sight of each other for a few years apparently, or you get kind of awkward around each other and then you find each other again. Literally such a cute storyline anyways, but I am biased. So I'm gonna say, since it's trans, it's even cuter to me. Yesterday, I got the "Are you a boy or are you a girl?" question from a 6-year-old, and I told her that some people aren't boys or girls, like me. I was expecting her to be a little confused, but she nodded thoughtfully and said, "Wow, just like snails." This is why we love kids, because kids don't give a shit. Like, even if they don't know anything about snails and don't know that snails do this. Because personally, I would not have known snails do this as a kid. I just wouldn't have cared. But I know I cared as a kid because my parents did the whole thing. Like, if we were like out in public or like on vacation, they would like look at me much like, "Why, I can't tell if that's a woman or a man. Like I can't tell. Is that a he or a she?" And obviously as a kid, you just kind of like, you pick up on that and you just like start doing it yourself. I hate it. Please refrain from doing that. Literally, like, what does it matter to you? Like, my reaction now, if people like ask, it's like, "Wait, can you tell if that's a man or a woman?" I'm just like, I don't know, go and ask. I don't give a shit, right? And that just, I didn't mean like that. Just like, well, I don't care. Like, don't ask me about someone else's gender, man. Literally, just don't. Girl I babysit. I want to be tall and skinny when I grow up. Me, realizing the damage society does on young girls, but too tired to correct her. Me too. Girl, like Abraham Lincoln. Honestly, not where you thought this was going, but honestly, way better than where you thought this was coming from, actually. Also, the hat probably helps, right? Like, having like a top hat generally makes you look taller, so you can wish to be anything. Your genes might have something to say about it, but you can dream it at least. Are you a boy or a girl? I'm an experience. Okay, listen, I'm admittingly very full of myself and pretty much in love with myself. But even I would feel conceited saying something like that. Just like, I'm an experience. I would say this as a joke, though, literally. But I feel like if you're like serious when saying something like that, you're on a whole other level of loving yourself. I'm not even coming for that level. Honestly, as long as you're not like a complete douche to other people, or like a douche in general to other people, I'm pretty chill with it. Trans men after going to the gym. Transiflex. But literally, once you realize you're trans, you see like transport companies and stuff everywhere. Like every time you drive somewhere, you'll like see a truck with trans something on it. And it kind of never stops being funny. I just always look and I was like, that says trans. It's not even funny, but it kind of is. Oh, I like your name. Thanks, I picked it myself. Or thank you, my unconscious yet stealth ass. The struggle, because every time someone's like, huh, that's a cool name, I really just want to be like, thanks, that's why I picked it. But I don't want to have that conversation most of the time. That's reason number one. And reason number two, did I pick a name as a long form of the name I choose to go by, really, as like, which is just my nickname. I was gonna choose Casey as an actual name, but I was still very dysphoric because everyone thought I was a woman, so I actually didn't change it to that. I just have it as an acronym now. So I don't even like my legal name that much. I'm kind of used to it by now, but I don't actually vibe with it that much. So that's the second reason I don't want to be like, I know, thanks, I picked it. I mean, because I still think it's cool, but I prefer my nickname. So I was just like, yeah, thanks. You know, and then people always come for the spelling, which is crazy. Y'all are unhinged. Future with the E in brackets for obvious reasons. I'm you from the future. Oh yeah? Prove it. Well, turns out you're gay. But I like girls. Exactly. Or maybe your sexuality doesn't change. Because honestly, I feel like for a lot of people, it probably doesn't. It's just that when trans people find out that sexuality changed, or they realize that sexuality might be different than what they originally thought, it's just so funny to them. But I feel like for a lot of trans people, it probably doesn't. But still, you're gay. You're just gay. And we're very much here for it. Anyways, this was a very relaxing video to film. I feel like I've done a lot of really ranty, mad, frustrating videos lately. But this was relaxing. So that's nice. I hope you enjoyed the memes as well. I hope, if you're trans, you can find a really cool name you really vibe with. It might take a while, but you know, that's okay. Take your time. But yeah, I wish you all a very good cup of soup, and I'll see you in a couple days with my next video.